So I'm going to give a quick warning to you guys that there are going to be a lot of spoilers in this, considering I'm going to be talking about the final episodes of Outer Banks and Cobra Kai. So I'm going to be firstly talking about Cobra Kai, and then I'm going to be moving on to Outer Banks. So I'm going to leave a timestamp on screen for you guys if you want to see the Outer Banks stuff that I have my opinion on about the last episodes. So let's jump in. So we have the Cobra Kai episodes with the Saikai Taikai. Seeing how that last episode went, it does kind of trigger me a little bit, knowing that what happened in the last bit when your lad pretty much stabbed himself and killed himself. From what I do know, I think there are the final episodes coming out. If there's one thing that I don't want to see is another fucking season of Cobra Kai, since we've already had 5 seasons with the last episodes now out, and pretty much there's final episodes coming out next year. The series did leave us on a bit of a cliffhanger, like a huge cliffhanger. All of this rivalry with Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do, the scales are just getting higher and higher for these two groups. But then you have new contestants coming around, which is the White Dragons or something like that. New threats that have come in and kind of taken over, saying that there's this girl in this other group that she is absolutely, you know, she's fit. But I think every lad would say that this girl's fit, but she kicks the ever-living shit out of a bunch of people. But then seeing the whole brawl happen in the last episode with some guy knocking the announcer or whatever, and starting this whole brawl, I wasn't even expecting to come, but I feel like it was foreshadowed when he kicked that team off because of the fact that apparently they were cheating. It is a huge step into seeing how far this series is willing to go, knowing that we've had 5 seasons of going from Miguel Diaz being a nobody to now being one of the biggest names in Cobra Kai. Seeing the whole rivalry with like Tori and Sam that have happened, they don't really like each other, and knowing that Tori ended up going to Cobra Kai purely just because like of her grandmother, and Kreese doing his usual manipulative antiques somehow convinced her to join Cobra Kai. It is very stupid that Tori decided to do it. It's not that she had no other option to like go to Cobra Kai. It was more of she just decided to out of like pure emotional stress, because Kreese and Silver are both going at her. They've had her punch bloody walls from that other woman sensei who her and Chosen did not expect that to happen out of the bloody blue, knowing that, you know, the way the two of them were looking for the kids since they all decided to disappear. I was going to think that season that Chosen and this woman would do the devil's tango on the beach. The whole thing with Terry and Kreese, I am so happy to actually see that Kreese is actually kind of turning against Terry. Ever since we were first introduced to Terry in, what was it, season 3 or season 4 it was? It probably was season 4 when Terry was introduced. Terry was just a bastard from the get-go. No one liked him. Seeing how the end of this whole series has come, it does kind of piss me off a wee bit, knowing that we still have more episodes to come, although I've been waiting bloody forever for the new episodes to come out. Being the person I am when I watch a series that I really like, I will tend to binge watch the episodes that come out within a day. So literally when the new episodes of Cobra Kai came out, I was instantly all over it. It's bad enough that I don't like just take my time with it, but I think it's because Cobra Kai is one of my favourite series on Netflix, although I did have a conversation with a person not too long ago who I work with for my work placement, who said that basically he doesn't understand about the whole thing of, you know, a bunch of grown adults making a bunch of kids fight for trophies and for prizes and all that. Everyone basically saying, I thought if I put all my mind onto this tournament, then all my problems would go away. I don't understand how that's kind of a thing. Regardless of if you win this tournament or not, you're still going to have your issues. Like, it doesn't matter, like, if someone's in the fucking hospital. Like, you know, when Miguel and bloody Johnny had that scare with Carmen, and then they had to fly back, and they flew Kenny out, and they had that scare that, like, her mother, like, was probably dead or something. So, you know, she was okay in the end. It's like, here, it's a lot going on for the story, because although we do like the fact that, like, you know, they're probably gonna have a new kid. It puts a lot of pressure on the filmmakers to think, are we going to have a new season? I probably had something in my mind and I completely stirred off track because I really got sidetracked. But that pretty much covers like the whole bit with Cobra Kai. And knowing that we have the final episode to come out, I just really hope that this is the last season, because I don't want to have to see that season 7 is coming out. Hopefully not going to happen, and everything ends with this final few episodes that are coming out. And I hope that it's either 2 or 3 episodes, because I don't see the need for another 5 episodes to come out, because how are you going to get 5 episodes out of what happened in that last episode when this guy practically somehow managed to kill himself whilst trying to use John Kreese's own knife against another fella? It doesn't make sense. It's a whirlwind of effects knowing how Cobra Kai has ended up and the stage that it's gone in, and not a lot of people have a bit of criticism about this series, because it is a very good series, because you know it is very good. You have 2 iconic people from the Karate Kid, so I get as to why a bunch of people would still love to see more of Cobra Kai. We move on to Outer Banks. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, I will say, in terms of the seasons, so it's the 4th season that came out, and we're going to have to get a fucking 5th season. No shit, Sherlock, there has to be a 5th season, but oh my god, that ending. Like, again, anyone who's not watched the last episodes, cover your ears or skip for like 10-15 seconds. But can we just talk about the fucking fact that JJ pretty much got betrayed by Groff and just got killed? Like, I am telling you now, JJ haven't been my favourite character from, I'd say, season 2. I think John B was my favourite in season 1, but then when it was season 2, it was just, I just really just loved JJ's character, and so he became easily my favourite character. And I did love all the other characters, like Cleo. Like, Cleo was a great addition to the group, season 2 and then season 3 and then going on. Like, she's a great character, so seeing her and Pope develop as a couple was something that I just absolutely loved watching. But JJ, I will say, I've never cried so much in so long over a bloody TV series, because it is the thing, like, you connect so much with these characters, and I'd say that JJ was the most relatable character out of all of us. Although I'd say there are some personality aspects that don't make us as relatable to him, but as you know, like, he's just such a good character. Like, he's such a cocky and confident lad, and he will easily just take a stupid risk, but at the same time, like, he will easily, like, sacrifice for his friends. And considering that his dad fucking came back and said, no, Groff is your father, that sent a whole other whirlwind for a lot of fans. Seeing how he was acting in the last episode, considering the last episode was what, like an hour and 20 minutes, making it Outer Banks' longest episode in the whole series, and I can see why. I'm assuming in the filmmakers' minds, they didn't want to have to put in another episode just so we could see this. So I'd say they would have probably decided to move an episode. Now, if they did decide to move it to a different episode, I'd say they would have done it in the middle of the chase, when all our main characters are getting chased by the group and something happens. You know, like when Pope shoots the man that has basically been tormenting the fucking group since the start of season 4, which I feel like could have been the start of the next season, but I'm glad that they didn't do that and decided to put all this stuff into the final episode. And so with JJ having died, it's like, yes, it did send a lot of emotional stress to me for about 5 to 10 minutes, because they had to fucking kill him at the end of it. But then, knowing that now there's another season coming out, because there has to, like, I honestly can, like, I don't think I could fathom watching a whole season without JJ in it, because he's just probably, I'd say, one of the most lovable characters in the series. There are a decent amount of characters in the series, but we can also say as well, Rafe redeems himself in the series in this final season, because although he was a dickhead the entire last few seasons, he significantly did redeem himself by doing what he did when he literally got Sheriff Shoop to leave them be. It's a big of a thank God, Rafe, you've pulled your head out of your fucking arse to not be a dickhead for once. But yeah, Topper. Did we see Topper at all this season? I don't think we did. Actually, no, we did. We see him like during the race at the start of the season. But yeah, we do see Topper for a wee bit. Well, all the characters, like, I'm trying to think about how they might do the next season. So I feel like because of the fact that Groff does have the blue crown, I feel like they're all gonna make their mission to get after Groff. And you're a woman who is the leader of the other group. I feel like they're gonna go for her. She's gonna chase after Groff. Groff is probably going to get killed, like in the last episode of the next season, and I feel like they're all going to have it. And because everyone knows that apparently in the series the blue crown will give you a wish, I have the slightest feeling that if the group does get the blue crown, they could wish that JJ was back. And so if that does end up happening in the next season, that would be something that's very mind-blowing, because, you know, if they do manage to do that for the next season, then fucking fair play. If that is the way they do it for next season, what will they do at the end of that season when they wish, if JJ does somehow come back from the dead, or they get the blue crown jewels, and they it pretty much ends exactly how it ended in season 3. Like, how is that gonna end? It is something that I am very intrigued to know about, because we do know, like, the whole season 4 was absolutely brilliant. I feel like season 4 was a lot more of common sense than it was in the other few seasons, but a lot more stupider, because as we know, JJ was being very stupid with the, you know, with a metal bar, fucking using it to say that they're gonna win and making them pretty much all poor. And so he is stupid for that, but at the same time, that's just what makes JJ my favorite, because he's just stupid. You get the gist of what I'm trying to say. The whole story that we just went through with seeing JJ dying, getting portrayed by Groff, it was coming. It was coming. There was no way that it was never going to come, because literally, if it ended differently, then I feel like it would have ended maybe that Groff just took the thing and then ran off. Although I don't think that the filmmakers would have wanted to be that simple, of him just taking the jewels, like having, what was it, Kiara at gunpoint, and then deciding, here, he runs off with them, and then happily ever after, those two find the others, and then they fuck off. But it kind of does make sense as why JJ was bound to die. It was because it was bound to happen for him in the end. And so it still saddens me that JJ is dead, and honestly, if I recorded my reaction to his death, then boy oh boy oh boy, I would be called the biggest pussy of all time. I hope I covered enough for Cobra Kai and Outer Banks, because I did want to give my opinion on how the 2 seasons did go, because I do think that the 2 seasons of them were pretty good, and were some very good. They were some of the very good seasons. I'd say Cobra Kai with the Saikai Taikai, I feel like it wasn't the strongest season, but at the end of the day, it was a very good season. And then the Outer Banks, I would feel that it was one of their best seasons. Well, considering it's only 4 seasons, but I'd say it was one of the best ones that they had. And I'd say it was one of the better endings to a season. Anyway, that is my thoughts on Outer Banks and Cobra Kai. Hope you guys enjoyed my little opinion. If you guys have your own opinions and have your own thoughts as to about how you think that the new seasons and the new episodes coming out for them will go, let me know. And I'd say that is it for debate, and I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.